Evening. I've done one for a while. This one's going to be a little different. Now, if anyone has been to the nice little city of York, then you'll know that it's full of ghosties and nasty things. Well, there's one particular house in particular which I've been to twice. Once in a group, there's about 5 people, that's me included, and the second one on my own, around this house called 35 Stonegate, which is this reputedly haunted house. Now, when you're in a group, nothing much really happens. Surprisingly, nothing much really did happen. What room is it in? What room is it in general? Hang on, I'm trying to count the rooms. 7, I think it's the 7th room. If you go by each, in each room, there's an audio that tells you kind of ghost stories and tries to make you think that you can see all this rubbish. You need any help with most of them, but that's the idea. I think it was just the dining room. I think it was supposed to be. We all stood near the bay window, not the long kind of bay window kind of thing. And as we were standing there, I felt this sort of warm kind of sensations on this side of my body, on the sort. So I was standing at the window. The sensation was coming at me from here, kind of just glowing over this part of the half of my body. And it turned out that just down the street, I don't know which number it actually is. It's called it's a pub called the Punch Bowl, and apparently, stuff on my camera. Apparently, there's stuff. That pub was set on fire. I don't know if it was an arson, but it had 2 fires known to it, and it's still standing even though it's had 2 fires. And it's kind of like a spiritual sensation that I can feel the heat coming from just down the road. It felt kind of it was like a distant kind of heat, and it's about, I don't know what the lingo is for blocks. I don't know what it means in miles. It's like it's about 3 or 4 houses down. Yeah, 3 or 4, I think it's something like that. Yeah, it's just a few meters down the road, and you can feel the distant heat on it. Now the room after that was this room that was set up for seance. Seance. It had a gigantic table and all these leather chairs around. This is obviously more of a big group thing because it's just too big. Obviously we couldn't do it. Pardon me. What used to be the master bedroom, and where was I? I was sitting kind of near the right side as you come in, on the right side, near the right side. And as we were listening to the audio talk about stuff, like weird stuff, I could feel like someone, if you ever go to a party and you sit around a table and there's like a very sexy woman sitting next to you, or something like that, and she's like, he's hot, I think I'll get his attention, and she's like got your hand under the table and she's like squeezing up your leg. It was like that. It was like, let me just turn. It was like someone was like doing that down my leg. Kind of creeped me out. I was thinking, shit, the ghost has got the horn on me. It wasn't anyone else, because I was sitting away from other people, so I was kind of sitting on my own. I could still feel the sensation going up my leg, and there was also like a kind of I don't know what you could actually call it. It felt like it was a pain between my kneecap, kind of on. You can see the leg. No, you can't. Oh well. It was kind of under this part of the kneecap. It felt like someone was. It's like if you had no muscles there and someone was just prodding their finger in and fiddling around. Someone was probing it, going doing that kind of thing. Really, I really felt uncomfortable. That was pretty much there. And then we went down to the cellar, which is the 9th, isn't it? 9th, but the last part of it is the cellar, which I must say is not a very nice place to be in. And there was, I think it was during this one part of it, I felt a kind of tightening pain up here, kind of in the ribs, in the shoulder. At first I thought, it's the tightening because someone's choking you, but I've actually tried it on myself. I tried putting my hand on my shoulder and just pressing down in certain areas, and then at one point when I tested it, it felt like that kind of bottom half of your hand, the one with the big bone, my hand has that bone, with the hand of that kind of lumpy ridge, it felt like that someone was literally shoving you down. It turned out that someone was actually chained up in the cellar. So, you know, it's probably not really, it's kind of unique that, you know, when you're trying to hold someone down to chain them in, you will hold them down like this on the shoulder and you push down really hard. And that's what it felt like. I was like, Jesus Christ. Although, because the second one I think was more terrifying. I think more stuff happened when I was in there. Really, really not exactly a nice sensation. It's called the servants' quarters, but it's a kind of adjoining attic really. It's got one room below it, and then there's like an attic kind of above it. But I'll just call it the attic. The whole two sections. Although, yeah, I've written down another part. And the lower part, which you go in first, which has a fireplace in it, 2 rows of chairs, 2 like benches, and while I was there and listening to the audio stuff, because I've been there before, I enjoyed it when I first went. I thought, I'll go again. Didn't think I'd go on my own though. That was a surprise, and that probably didn't help. But in the attic, I was just standing to the door, looking out towards the right and the left corner. And as you walk in, it'll be your right corner. In the right corner, I could see a kind of cowering figure, kind of dark, shadowy, kind of someone's either bending down to pick someone up, like bending over to bless some. Because apparently there's the DVD they sell, and apparently they sensed something in that corner. And Uri Geller was like, Michael Jackson, he's talking this random bullshit. It's like, there's an invisible field here, and I was only freaked out because it was the corner that I saw it, and I was like, I suppose there must be something there. And there was I'm not sure whether this was actually a shadow, but there was another shadow sitting on one of the benches. It looked like a half on a torso, and he looked like a big hairy kind of hair, or probably a kind of thing. Probably could be a woman. My idea is just go there and you'll experience it. But yeah, in the upper part that was supposed to be repeatedly. You're supposed to hear footsteps, and there's supposed to be a tall man shadow supposed to be at the door. But I kind of didn't see him at the door. Of course, obviously after my experience in the lower part, I was a bit, tweaked. I was like, wow. And I think I did see a kind of shadow near the window, and I was like, oh, shit, get out of it, get out of it, get out of it. And I literally ran. Well, I didn't run, but I literally went, out I go. 8 minutes. I'll continue doing another part, because it's going to take a while. So, come back for part 2.